Hello everyone, your Royce here and welcome to our channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, we're going to check out our variegated masoniana, and it's not the usual variegated masoniana that you can find in the market currently. So I have grown them into very large sizes, and we'll be checking out. Actually, we're in the side of our nursery or garden, and we will be checking out our masoniana colony where they grow very large. So this is one of the largest masoniana that's variegated that that we grow in the garden. There's another one besides it, also very wide leaf, but the variegation is staying on the sides of the leaf. So we will be I think this is due for some maintenance, and I think I'll have to use a method wherein we will cut off the stem of it from this part, and we will plant it on its own and see it will if it will grow on its own. And this is kind of unique masoniana because it's growing in a fan shaped form. So most usually masoniana would grow in a rosette form wherein they grow very long leaves, but this one is actually growing like it's growing a fan shaped form. So actually the first masoniana that I planted was this one over here, wherein it only had a streak of white in it, and this is actually the offset, and then it grew from here, and then it is a very large. So there are some pests on it that are infesting it. So we'll have to do some maintenance work on this masoniana, and then we'll go ahead and visit the other masoniana that we have, because someone is very interested in getting one of them. So this is another one of my specimens. As you can see, this type of masoniana is embossed with white variegations on the middle part. So it's not like the usual masonianas that you see in the market that are like this, which is having very clear white variegations on them. The masoniana that I grew is having a very light whitish variegations. Some people would call it embossed, and actually someone is interested to get one of these. So they're very large, and they would probably sting you folks if you're ever interested, because the plant will need a large box and it will be shipped. So the shipping expense would be I'm not sure how much it would take. It would be around $15 to $20, I think, in US currency. In Philippine currency, it's about 1,200 PHP or pesos. And then these are very large. This rack over here is about 3 feet. This one is 3 feet. So you can see that the leaves are already bumping the lower part of the rack, and it's overgrowing the location where I am, where I have planted them. So folks, will do some maintenance work, and I'm planning to have this removed from the location, so I can have it. I can check the a plant where if something would be suitable for shipping. So I would prefer not the very leafy one among them, perhaps 2 to 3 leaves, not the 5 leaf one, because it will take more space in the shipping box, and it would cost a little more extra. So we'll be back in a bit, and then we'll have to remove this variegated bonsal behind it, or beside it, and then the other one will have to cut the stem part, and we'll see if we can successfully repot it as a separate specimen. So folks, I'll be right back, and we'll do some maintenance on the Sansevieria masoniana specimens that I have that are embossed with white variegation. So I'll be back in a bit. We'll just prepare some stuff, and then I'll include another clip for this episode of masoniana species. Alright folks, we're back, and this is the last part of the content where we will be attempting to repot and do some maintenance work on the masoniana that we top cut. And as I mentioned when I posted pictures of it, you can't usually top cut a masoniana because they're stemless. But let me just show you this particular specimen that grew somewhat a stem, therefore it enabled me to do a top cut method on it. I did a top cut method, that is because I still wanted the masoniana to grow more offsets from where I took it, or from where I have cut this large specimen from. And this is how it looks like, and we will attempt to repot it. Now this particular masoniana is not the usual masoniana, variegated masoniana that you can acquire in the market. That is because when I first got it, I got this a specimen of this, which is not what it looks like right now. Back then I got it from a very old Sansevieria collector here in the Philippines, and then when I got it, it just had very thin white marginations on the center part, not as wide as it has become right now. And if you follow me on Facebook, you will see that I had a clump of it, so I pulled out a lot of them because someone was very interested on having one. I don't usually sell those or sell these because I'd rather grow them myself, and sometimes people here in the Philippines buy them for cheap, so I'm not really interested in selling them at a cheap price. So that's just one, and that is the top cut that we got from where we took them. It's a specific area in the garden where I grew this masonianas to massive sizes. So this is another one, and that is in really rosette form. In fact, I can also have that top cut if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to replant it. This one has a bit damage on the tip part of the leaf because it overgrew the rack that is above it. That's why the top portion of the leaf got damaged. Here's another one, also grew very wide, and I don't think I would advise that to be shipped to the person who is interested to get one. So that stays here, otherwise you'd have to pay extra for a large box for these two because they're growing widely, that I will be having a hard time trying to put them in a box, and as well as the one that's interested will have to pay extra for the large box that they will be placed on. This is the one that I recommend to be sent to the one that's interested to have one. By the way, these are my own cultivars of variegated masoniana, because like I said, you wouldn't find any of these in the market that are readily sold or sold in mass production. So these are not mass productions. These are my own cultivars that I grow, and they have grown to massive sizes. And as you can see or compare them to the usual masonianas that you have in the market, they are very large in comparison to what is readily sold in the market. So I only have a few offsets of them, and I'm not really interested to sell them if people that are interested to get them are going to buy them for cheap. So again, like I mentioned, this isn't the usual masonianas that you will find in the market. The ones that you will find in the market are these ones, They're white variegated masonianas, and if you see, these are the kinds of variegations that they have. Very deep white, that in fact, as time goes by, they will rot. So I'm not sure exactly why the white variegations on them rot, but on my cultivar, or the one that I've cultivated, has been with me for years, and the size will attest to itself that it has grown for many years. So that's another reason why I don't want to sell them for cheap, because they have been with me for years, and I have grown them to the extent that they're not like the ones that are sold for cheap, which is cut early or in a small sizes just to sell them for cheap. So you wouldn't find these ones readily in the market. Here's another example. You see that the white variegations on them are strikingly white, or really white, but in the future you might be having this problem with regards to the variegations on them, because the variegations on them will reach until or it is included in the back part. So unlike the ones that I have, it's slightly variegated, just enough for it not to rot. These ones are overly variegated, that as time goes by, there is a possibility for them to rot out. As you can see, the white variegations rot here, and the green part of the masonianas stay healthy. So that's one of the problems with the ones that are sold in the market compared to what I have, or what I'm showing. So like I mentioned, it's like I'm catching a big animal in the wild, that I have to take measurements of them, and do some maintenance work, and then tag them. So it's just like what I'm doing right now. And actually I have a 24-inch ruler here, and you would see that it's over 24-inch, because I will just set the ruler on top of it. Hopefully it will stay in place, and then I will back off a bit so you would see how large the plant is. So like I said, that's a 24-inch ruler, so that this specimen is over 2 feet. In fact, in a bit I will be able to get the exact measurements, but I seem to not have my tool here. I'll check in a bit. Maybe I have. So I have the tool here that's needed to measure, and we'll try to measure the exact leaf length. And it's kind of hard actually to manipulate them, because they're very large. So I'll try my best to accurately measure the longest leaf that I can find here, which is, I'm ending up at 35 inches. So that is the longest leaf, or the height of the specimen. I'm not sure if it's the tallest that I have compared to the ones that I've shown you earlier, but that is the height of this masoniana that I have cultivated. So as well as we can measure the leaf width. For this one, the longest leaf is kind of curved, but I can still measure it. It's around 6 inches. The next one would be, this one is wider at 7 inches. So before, I have featured Sansevierias that are wide leaf, and so far it's really masoniana, which takes the crown, because they are, in my experience of featuring Sansevierias for over 2 years now, it is masonianas that will have, or they are the species that will have the widest leaf compared to, I'm not sure, because if you folks know Barry Yinger, he's traveling back and forth Africa and US, and he sees all other types of species in Africa. So I'm not sure if there's a species that would take the crown off from masonianas as the Sansevieria that is having the widest leaf species. So I think that's it for measurements that I can get. Just a close-up. This is how the leaf tip looks like. It's still pointy, but as time goes by, especially if it encounters something it bumps, then you'd end up having a wilted tip for Sansevieria masoniana. So what's next for us to do is actually I'll have to replant it. So I'll have to this is just for samples. There's another sample for you. So like I mentioned, these are the masonianas available in the market. This was the oldest leaf, so in about 2-3 years this is what will become of them. I'm not sure if someone can maintain this white variegations on them, but in my experience, white variegations are very sensitive, so there are times that they will rot for no apparent reasons, and that applies to Metallica Beauty Queens and the Sarah Hoffmans, which have very similar variegations to these masonianas that are sold in the market. So I'm not really trying to talk bad things about this the Sansevieria masoniana with white variegations that are readily sold in the market, but I'm just showing you the truth of it, that in the future you might be having or encountering problems in comparison to the specimen that I'm showing you right now, which throughout the years wouldn't experience the same problems as with the usual masonianas that are having extremely white variegations. Alright, so I'll put these away, and then we'll try to repot them. I don't know if I can though, because I'll try to see if I can do the repotting for now, because it's very hard and I need some things to do that. I might just position it for now, and then I'll show you the finished version of it once I'm done. But what I'll probably do now is do some small maintenance, and we'll check the problems or pests that are on this specimen. So I'll move forward, and you would see that because it's a broadleaf Sansevieria, aphids or these white things on it, or mealybugs, whatever you call them, because I'm not a pest expert. I just know some pests that attack Sansevieria, such as mites. I don't really know the exact term for the mites because I'm not a mite expert. I'm not a pest expert. I just know them as aphids or mealybugs or mites. So the usual ones, mites, would attack in this part, and this specimen is actually very sturdy, so it's not as soft as your usual Trifasciata species, wherein if the mites would attack the base part of the leaf, they will die off. This one is really like whales that cannot feel the attacks on them by mites. So mite attacks, I don't have any problems with it. It's just that the problem would be this white or aphids, or what you call the white pets that sticks on the leaf part. So that's the usual problem that you'll encounter. So what I'll do is I'll just spray some. This is hydrogen peroxide, by the way. It's not alcohol on there. I just changed the content to hydrogen peroxide, which is 3%. I'm not diluting it with water. It's just out of the bottle. There you go. That's hydrogen peroxide, and I just immediately put it in a spray bottle and directly spray it. So what I did was I sprayed on them, and I would usually just use this brush to remove the aphids that are still sticking on it. So you cannot really remove all of them, except for you can apply a systemic pesticide so that they can take care of the aphids that your brush cannot reach through, except for this part right here wherein the brush cannot penetrate. So there might be aphids that are hiding from there. These are aphids, so we'll remove them with the brush. As you can see, they're easily removed the moment that you spray hydrogen peroxide on them. They have a melting effect on the aphids or white mealybugs, whatever you call them. Like I mentioned, I'm not an expert on pests. So there you go. This is mostly the maintenance work that you will be doing, because like I mentioned, they are broadleaf Sansevieria, and aphids would love a lot of hiding spots that are available to them. So the moment that your plant becomes as lush as the one that I'm showing right now, then most probably there will be aphids trying to hide on your pot. And let me just focus that even aphids has little effect on the plant, because they cannot penetrate on this mature Sansevieria masoniana or whale fin, like most people know them in the market. So with regards to maintenance, that's all that I'm doing right now. Next would be dealing with the cut portion, which is, like I mentioned, usually masonianas cannot be top cut, but for this specimen I managed to do so. So let me just show you that this is the cut part, and I can barely manage the plant right now because, like I mentioned, it's very large. This is how the cut looks like, and I did spray it with, again, hydrogen peroxide, because it is also a disinfectant. So anything that is on there disinfects the part we're in. It was cut, so any alien objects that are sticking on it will be it will be cleaned off or sterilized by hydrogen peroxide. So hydrogen peroxide also makes the wound callus faster. So this was cut a few hours ago, and this is how it looks like right now. What you can also do is to apply a super glue to seal off that cut portion if you're really in a hurry. So I would do the same, because I will also replant it just to keep off the alien substance from the cut portion while it's trying to callus for itself. So this is additional protection from it, so that no foreign objects can get in the plant and perhaps contaminate it or have an infection on the part and cause some Sansevieria rot. So I guess this is what I can do for this episode, but before that I will be replanting them, and perhaps I'll show you if I'm done. That's because I can't show you right now, because I'm already or I don't have the potting mix ready. I just have the pot that I am going to use on it, half full. So I'm not sure if I have enough to keep them in a standing position with what I have right now. So I'll be back in a bit, and I'll show you the Sansevieria masoniana specimen that I cultivated in a bit. So I'll be back in a bit. Please stay tuned. Alright folks, so we're back again, and finally we're done repotting the Sansevieria masoniana with white variegations on the center part, and it's not the usual white variegated masoniana that is found in the market. Like I said, it was a little hard trying to repot them because of the very large size of this specimen. So this is a closer look before we end this episode. So folks, again, this is a masoniana that I have cultivated, and if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you like what I have presented, please do like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and you have a great day.